Hello. After finishing college, life suddenly feels unfamiliar, like stepping into a completely new world where nothing is clearly mapped out anymore. Every day feels uncertain, almost like standing in front of a blank page, not knowing what to write next. And lately, I've been feeling this transition very deeply. I've been trying to adjust to life after college, and honestly, it's been a phase full of change, growth, confusion, and self discovery in ways I've never expected. My life lately hasn't been easy. It feels like I've lost the structure that once shaped my everyday life. Back then, there was always a routine classes, assignments, friends, familiar places, familiar conversations, but now everything feels different. Friends have moved away, and even staying connected feels harder than before. And then there's the silent pressure that follows you after graduation. The pressure to find a job, build a career, prove yourself, and somehow have everything figured out immediately. It's strange because this phase gives you freedom but also uncertainty. But through all of this, I've slowly started learning a few important things. The first thing is morning routine matters more than we realize. I once heard a story about a man who was wrongly imprisoned. In the middle of chaos and uncertainty, he found comfort in something incredibly small. Every morning at exactly 5:30, he would wake up and make his bed. This tiny routine gave him a sense of peace, a sense of control, and lately I've started understanding that feeling. Sometimes even the smallest habit can ground us when life feels uncertain. The second thing I've learned is that taking actions matter more than overthinking. For the longest time, I kept waiting for the perfect moment to begin something. I thought I needed clarity before taking the first step, but life doesn't really work like that way. Progress only happens when you start moving, and slowly I started doing that. I started a YouTube channel. I stepped into the corporate world. I took up part time work also. And now I'm continuously trying to improve myself every day. Every step felt uncertain in the beginning, but sometimes I still do. But even the smallest action helped me grow in ways overthinking never could. And honestly, this channel itself is a proof of that. The third thing I've realized is that changing your environment can completely change your perspective. Sometimes simply sitting in a cafe, visiting library, walking through a new street or exploring a different part of the city can refresh your mind more than you expect. Small changes in surroundings remind me that life is bigger than the thoughts we stay trapped in every day. As many of you know, I'm currently working as a graphic designer. And interestingly, I've been using the same design process I've learned in college to navigate this phase of life. First comes empathize, trying to understand myself better. Journaling has helped me a lot with this part. Then comes define, understanding what exactly feels challenging and setting small realistic goals instead of overwhelming myself with huge expectations. Next is ideate, finding creative ways to bring joy back into everyday life. Back home, I used to make coffee every morning, and now, in this new phase of life, I've started learning continental dishes for the first time. And honestly, it excites me more than I expected. Then comes prototype, trying new habits, building routines, experimenting with different ways of living, and slowly understanding what works for me. And finally, test, reflecting on everything. If something doesn't feel right, I adjust, I learn from it, and I keep going. Because I'm starting to understand that life after college isn't about having everything figured out immediately. It's about learning how to grow through uncertainty. This is only the beginning for me. I know it's not a perfect journey. Some days I still feel confusing, some days I still feel lonely, but every small step is slowly shaping me into the person I'm becoming. I'm learning that growth isn't about becoming perfect overnight. It's about staying open to change, allowing yourself to explore, making mistakes, and starting again. And slowly building a life that genuinely feels true to you. And to anyone who has recently graduated, if you feel lost, pressured, or uncertain about where life is going, you're not alone. I'm navigating this phase too, one step at a time. And I truly hope you allow yourself to explore, try new things, feel sometimes, and most importantly, choose what genuinely makes you happy. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Take care.